I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
What the hell's going on out here?
Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. We are live from the Cathedral here in Tampa, a cigar lounge, formerly a church, made into this wonderful cigar lounge. They got a food truck outside. I'm Al Ducharme. That is Al Romas, our third podcast in a week in person.
And I was in Bonaire and Aruba in between that, and now we're back and able to do this. And I'll tell you what, we made the wrong call on lunch.
We
We
sure
had
did.
met at your fancy Jackson's Bistro when that food truck is serving up pulled pork sandwiches. That would have been the call. What are you going to do? And, hold on, it's Alfred's birthday today.
It is.
64 years old today.
72.
How many?
72.
Is that true? 72?
72. I get a little bobo. Got a little bobo.
Because you look pretty good. I thought 60s, but 72,
You know what they did?
not
I
bad.
had fat extracted from my butt cheeks, my buttocks, and put in my face. So I'm an ass face, but I look good. I look like I'm in my 50s.
You were sitting on that joke for all afternoon,
all afternoon.
waiting. If we pod, I'm going with the ass face
I'm going
joke.
with the ass face
I'm
joke.
opening with it, and I don't care. And tonight you'll be working? Are you working on
Tonight
this
I'm going to be
evening?
performing on the Brilliance of the Seas, Royal Caribbean, and I have a 30-minute show tonight. So I'm having a little coffee now. I did have a birthday cocktail.
You did.
I don't normally drink on
You're a professional.
performing
alcoholic.
days, but,
yeah.
but I made an exception. And I was going to stick Al with the full bill on my birthday, but I went
I offered.
extravagant. He
I
offered.
offered.
He fought me, but
I
I
did.
split it with him. He had a bowl of soup, and it cost him $50. He had a bowl of soup.
What was the Rodney joke in Caddyshack? You get a bowl of. You remember he walks in the gift shop and you buy that. You get a bowl of soup.
Vaguely.
Yeah. That,
I wish you could grab
that
it. You
hat,
have better retention
That
than me.
hat, you buy that hat, you get a bowl of soup, something like that. Yeah, he just walks in, he starts doing all the different jokes, and I think it was like that. If you buy that hat, they give you a bowl of soup.
Maybe we can grab a clip of it and stick it in here.
I think this place is restricted, Wang, so don't tell me you're Jewish. Okay, fine. Oh, this is the worst looking hat I ever saw. Well, you buy a hat like this, I'll bet you get a free bowl of soup, huh? Oh, it looks good on you, though. Hey, Whitey, where's your hat?
I think that was Caddyshack. I
sure?
could be wrong now. I could be completely
Oh,
wrong.
boy. It could be
No, I think I'm
meatballs.
right. I think I'm right. Rodney, I don't know. Tell us in the comments if you can, if I'm right or wrong. This Tim Marone character seems to know. He likes to comment.
Tim knows, yes.
I don't know who he is, but you know.
Tim and I met at the Carpet Giant back when I was in
I'm
college.
sorry I asked.
The Carpet Giant was less than a mile away from my campus.
What?
The Carpet Giant.
The Carpet Giant?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tim was still a teenager. His father was one of the managers there. But Tim was learning how to learn. He learned how to drive the forklift, and he would stick the steel pole into the.
Hey now.
Yes, he would stick it right into the
Wow.
rolls, big rolls of carpeting.
Hey now.
And then pull it down, and we cut it, and we roll it up and put it on people's cars.
Yeah.
But he was amazing. He could get that steel pipe in that hole.
Hey now.
First try every time. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah. The ladies loved him.
He had an IROC. What's it stand for, the IROC?
Italian retard out cruising.
Right. Oh, by the way, the Ford one,
Yeah.
fix or repair daily.
The hell's repair?
Hold on. Fix or repair
Yeah,
daily.
you said repair.
I think I did.
I didn't care for that at all.
I had a cocktail.
Fix or repair daily. I like the Found on Road Dead. There's other ones. Mazda. I had one. I can't think of it.
Why bring it up?
I don't know.
If you can't think of it, you're like, I can't think of it. Why bring it
Well,
up?
we should put a picture. Whoever edits this thing should put a picture of Mitchell Walters' T-shirt. Probably found on the internet. Mitchell Walters, and the T-shirt had all the acronyms for each car.
Do you think I can find that?
I think you could find it on the internet somewhere.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
Should I hire some little kid to do all the research?
Yeah.
Some little 19-year-old who knows how to do this in their sleep? All right.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more. You were telling me a little bit of the history of the cathedral. I'll take some pictures outside and insert them for the people that... We're going to make this video public so everybody can see this one. We're trying to tease you to to support us on our
And by the way,
Patreon page.
we should say hello to our newest Patreon member, Katie Shipman.
Katie Shipman. Oh, that's right.
Katie Shipman is
You
our
told me
newest.
that. You texted me that the other day. Katie, welcome.
Welcome to the Patreon page, channel, whatever you want to call it. And we're happy to have you. You'll be getting a coaster in the mail as soon as Alfred gets back to home base, because he sends them
That's
out.
March. You're not going to get it until April.
Well, I'll get it out then. I have more time. I'll get it out.
You have them at home, right?
I do have some home. Yes, I do.
I have the mother load in my
Yeah.
shed.
You have the most, but I have a few. I
right.
will get it out.
Did you get her address yet?
I have the Katie's address. I have it. That's John Shipman, our buddy John Shipman.
I love John
That's his
Shipman.
wife, Katie. She joined. John did not join.
Wait a minute. Johnny, you didn't join?
No.
But your wife joined? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, maybe you have joint
She's supporting
checking
the
accounts.
arts.
Yeah, she's
She's supporting the arts. I was telling them, I was at their house in November, went to the Giants game with John, went to Roots Chris the night before with the Shipmans. Fantastic time. And I was telling about Patreon, and then she said, oh, I want to, is John a member? And I said, I don't think he is a member. And they mentioned joining, and then we kind of forgot about it, and then she joined a couple days ago, so happy to have you. Check out the page. You'll see videos. There's all sorts of comedy club ship videos, old videos from 2 years ago, lots of stuff. And we'll be sending out the coasters. Do they get a mug too, or a coaster?
I have to look at her membership.
Yeah. I'll send a mug.
Send
you
her
know
a
what?
mug. It's Shipman's
Sending
wife.
a mug. I'm sending a mug.
You were at her house. Send her a mug.
You get a mug and a coaster.
Give her a mug and a coaster.
But happy to have you. Welcome. And we're here at Cathedral. I was telling Al, a couple from San Diego, cigar people, good people, got tired of the California lifestyle with cigars, which is basically zero. Right?
No, LA's got a few, but San Diego, they know more of. They said it's kind of dead there, so this is the one. This is the one.
Found this place, or they wanted to live in Cigar City, Tampa, and I guess they were looking around. They found this church. It was empty, and this is not the greatest neighborhood, so they probably nice price, bought it, went in with Arturo Fuente and his family. That's the only, behind Alfred is the humidor, and all Fuente cigars.
A large variety of the Fuentes,
But
just Fuentes. But they cover the whole thing. They cover the highs, the lows,
everything.
the in between.
You get your Opus X in there, and you get down to some hand rolls that we're smoking.
These are wonderful.
Fantastic.
Wonderful lunchtime cigar right here.
And so they came in, they refurbed, but they kept a lot of the church aspects, the stained glass. Up there, what would you call that area? The
Club?
no, I think the
VIP?
choir was up there. I think
Oh,
that's
the
where
choir.
the choir
yeah.
would be.
The choir would be up there.
And also has a private club upstairs, member only kind of deal, and just a cool place. And it's called Grand Cathedral. It's in Ybor City.
And they have some taxidermy items on the wall there. We have some bucks and elks and goats and
I
whatnot.
don't care for that.
And they have some
Not a big.
half armor. They have knights in armor, but it's like a facade. It's like
Right.
they're cut in half and
Yeah.
they're bolted to the wall.
What do you think of the whole taxidermy thing? You a fan of that? I don't care for that.
Not now. I think it's kind of cool when you were young and you walked in. You're like, whoa! It's like night in the museum type of thing going on. But
I don't get the whole.
I mean, there's plenty of them out there. Why not just hang them? You know, people have been doing this for 100 years.
Right.
If they're just hanging around,
Yeah.
hang them on the wall. What the
Yeah.
heck?
Yeah. I just don't get. I guess because I'm from New York, and I just don't get the whole hunting. Anyway.
Right.
A couple of friends of ours, a guy we know on Facebook, he likes to go, hunting ducks, and he'll put pictures of all the ducks he's killed on his truck, and he's going. I'm just like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. The ducks flying around. Why are you shooting at the sky? The hell? What is that?
I understand that, and I feel that way more now as I'm older. But my father was a hunter.
Really?
Yeah, and I went on a few hunting trips with him, and taking something, and then eating it that night, that concept,
Okay.
I'm totally on board. But the game hunters that don't eat their food
Right.
and they just hang them all
Hang
over
them
the
on
place,
the wall. That's what I'm saying. I
without
don't get it.
devouring the meat when they need it. That's hard for me to get to.
And I don't. It just big game hunting. It doesn't seem. It seems pretty simple. Doesn't seem
Especially
like a real
on a
challenge.
preserve
You know,
where they feed them and then
you just
you
shoot
sit
it.
in the woods and take them out. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Going out into the wilderness and doing it and then bringing it back to camp
And eating it
and eating
that
it and all
night.
that. I'm all about that.
I can understand that.
And thinning the herd because
Right.
they won't survive in
Yeah.
certain parts of the country because there's not enough food sources if there's a harsh winter, but also because of building neighborhoods.
I wouldn't mind thinning. I wouldn't mind thinning the herd of people. As
We tried with
we-
the COVID, it's not working out.
almost a bit. How many are dead from COVID? Is it like how many
In the
million-
States?
Yeah, no, the United States.
900,000. Wait, but it's not an accurate number.
No.
We believe a majority of them, but if you go in and you die because your cousin cut your head off, but you tested positive for COVID, then you died of COVID.
Right. And does anyone? I don't know what any of that meant, and I said right because I just wanted to move this along. I had no idea what he meant. And
Well, because they were just checking you off. There's
Right.
been some memes and cartoons about how
Oh, yeah.
the guy walks in with an
Everything's
arrow
COVID.
through his head. He goes,
Steve Martin.
well, no, it was a cartoon. The guy comes in with an arrow in his head. He goes, He goes, you got the arrow through your head there. He goes, let's test you for COVID anyways.
Right. Right.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of
Do
funny.
you think, switching gears here, arrow through the head, do you think that would fly today if there was no Steve Martin in the 70s? If a guy in a white suit put an arrow through his head, do you think he would become the biggest comedian in 2022?
No, it's too much exposure to all kinds of comedy now. It's not a surprise anymore. It's harder to do comedy now
It's much harder. But
because
do you think,
people measure you up to something they saw already.
do you think people, though, say he got popular in a sense, do you think people, though, with that kind of comedy would fly today? Or are people too hip to comedy? They know too much?
They're hip to comedy. Everybody's a critic,
Mm-hmm.
and there's still absurdity comedy out there that
Yeah.
gets through, but it's different from that.
I don't think it could fly. I think the younger kids, like when I was, Steve Martin hit, I was 15 or 16.
Oh yeah.
There was nothing funnier. This guy was it. But then again, look what I had to base it on.
Your reference point.
Nothing. A couple of albums I listened to, George Carlin, doing word play and stuff. And then you see Steve Martin with an arrow through his head playing the banjo, making balloon animals. I mean, it was the funniest thing in the world.
Absurdity humor, which I'm a fan of, and
Right.
I have a chunk of my act that
Yeah.
leans towards that.
I just don't think it would fly today.
No.
I think kids today, 15-year-old, be like, this guy sucks.
He was committed to doing it, and he was working regular comedy clubs at the time.
Right.
And all of a sudden, people started coming to see him because he was different
And
from
there
all the other
weren't
comedians.
that many comics
No.
either.
There was only,
You know.
I don't know, some say hundreds, 500 working comics.
I think much less when he started in the early 70s.
Yeah, right. I'm talking 20 years after that, actually. But when he started, there was 100 working
Maybe.
comedians, variety acts.
But you read his book. I mean, if you haven't read his book, Born Standing Up.
I did.
It's unbelievable. And how he really went through that act. And it wasn't just, I'm going to wear an arrow through my head and play banjo. He would go back to the
Methodically.
hotel that night and go through it, eat what that's got to laugh, change
Word
a word.
for word.
Unbelievable. I mean, really. And when you watch him, though, you think, oh, it's a silly. But it was so planned out and so crafted that it's amazing. It really is. But so funny. At 15, I didn't think that, I didn't think anyone could be that funny. as Steve
Right.
Martin.
Well, then, Dane Cook was one of the last comedians to strike a chord with 12 to 15-year-olds
Yeah.
and have them come on board
Yeah.
and then buying tickets.
But that was the internet, too.
He was at the
propelled
beginning
him.
of the internet, and he was into the social media
Very smart.
at his infancy.
Very smart.
With and we probably touched upon this. in a previous podcast, which you gave me shit about. By the way, Al gaslit me. He told me that I told the same story twice in back-to-back podcasts, and I said no, that was an older podcast.
I don't think that's gaslighting.
And he was like, "No, what
is that gaslighting?
No, I don't know.
I don't think that's gaslighting.
What, not gaslighting. What is the other one? Will you make me sound like I'm crazy
Well,
for mentioning
that
something?
might be gaslighting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what gaslighting.
I think it's gaslighting,
Okay.
where he was saying, you did that same story on the last podcast, and I listened to the last podcast, and I didn't.
Well, you told the story of you going on the ship, and the cruise director wasn't ready.
The 100-day cruise.
You were,
and I went on
finished,
the last 10 days.
And you told that story. In my mind, you were just told that story.
But
So
in my defense, we've been repeating old episodes on Fridays.
right.
So
That could be it.
you may have listened to
That could be it.
recent
It's possible.
pod that was 2 years ago.
It's possible. I admit, it's possible.
Definition of gaslighting.
As a verb, it means manipulate someone by psychological means into questioning their own sanity.
You gaslit me.
I get-
You're losing your mind, Ducharme. He's texting me.
I thought gaslighting.
I listened to 3 podcasts from you're doing back to back.
What is it when you're not catfishing? But isn't there another gaslighting thing with
Yeah,
dating? When
yeah.
you're not the person, and not beyond catfishing. There's another term. I think gaslight or something. I don't know. A lot of terms out there for this kind of shit.
I think you mentioned this on the last podcast.
Ah, see what he did there? He came back. He called it back. That's comedy right there. That's a professional comedian.
These are good.
Very good. Very tasty cappuccino here at the Grand Cathedral. We should be sponsored by the Grand Cathedral. They should be
should be.
sponsoring us.
I have to. By the way, you're looking very bright right now.
Very bright.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
About 90 minutes ago,
Oh,
he picks me up. I'm at a place called Jackson's Bistro. It's right on the channel in Tampa. I ate there a week ago. I said, hey, it's my birthday. I want to go here. I said, you're buying me
say
lunch.
it's your birthday.
So he goes, all right,
my birthday
I'm
too,
going to
yeah.
pick you up at about 11:15.
Say
I go,
it's your
okay.
birthday.
Another text. Make it 10:45. Okay, great. Day of. I'll try for 11:30.
Sir, I had a PCR test this morning. I was up early. I was out last
You
night.
were out last night. That's what I want to get to.
Ah.
You were out last night, and here's the deal. He
What's the deal?
you
What's
you
the
had
deal?
you had sake.
You
had white wine.
Wait. Well, my
Girlfriend.
her daughter and husband were in town, and she saw the little hot sake set, and then questioned, "Oh, what's that? I've only had cold sake." I said, "Let's have a little hot sake." So we had one
How
little
did you warm it?
in the microwave.
Oh my God, that's so hot.
That's how you warm it, buddy.
All right.
Same way yours was warm today at Jackson's Bistro, where I had a $50 bowl of soup. You get a hat when you order
I
a soup
saved you
like that.
$50.
Yeah, you get a hat when you order a soup like that.
He's like, no, I'm buying it. I go, dude, it's 80-something bucks plus tip. It's $100. He goes, I put my card down. After I put my card down, I told him.
of shells.
When I put my card down the second time, he didn't try to swat me away when I told him how much it was.
How many times am I going to say I got it? You said no, I insist. I said, all right. What are you going to do?
I felt guilty.
I bought you a stick. I bought you a cap. What else do you need?
No,
Jesus
my
Christ.
birthday is going wonderful.
Damn.
And I
this
owe it
guy.
to you.
Thank you. But I had...
You're going to have to put out.
I had a little, I had a little hot sake. I had some wine with dinner, and then I had 3 old fashions,
Made with.
4 Roses bourbon. So that kind of wow. Felt good, felt great, and then got up this morning. Didn't feel so great. PCR test. CBS, do it yourself. Nice, no problem. And then I
Wait a minute.
hauled my ass to you.
CVS, you do it yourself.
Do it yourself. Drive through.
So you could do your ear, you could do your butthole,
Should.
and
Yeah.
it comes back negative?
Yes.
You're like, hey.
I don't know how it would come back. Should try that. I don't know how that would come back. Yeah, then I showed up and we had some little lunch. You went crazy with the lunch, with the sake and the Bloody Mary and the
my birthday.
lobster roll and
It's
the
my birthday.
sushi and
I'll say it again. It's
holy
my birthday.
crap, this guy.
Now, can I get up and check the levels for a second?
Uh-huh.
He wigs out. I'm running the show
No
here when it
wigging.
comes to the technical stuff.
No
so
wigging.
I like
No wigging.
You know,
Careful with that word. I don't want to be like Joe Rogan. I have to apologize. You know what I mean?
I like to
said
check
wig.
the levels
No wigging.
to make sure
You
that
know
we're
what I
still
mean?
recording and whatnot.
We're
Oh,
still
nice.
recording?
We are.
Things are good?
It's good.
Yeah, this is great, man. With the technology now, we can just sit and pod.
We got the little Rode
This is awesome.
wireless.
Should be
Rode should
sponsoring
sponsor us. The Cathedral.
We have
Drew
fucking
Estates?
Hanley Watches. Throw them a quick plug. What's the thing?
Hanley Watches. If you want to have a good time, you got to have a good watch. HanleyWatches.com. So far, they gave us one watch.
I know.
No money.
I don't even have
And
a
he goes,
watch.
"Where's my watch?"
I didn't even get a watch from Hanley.
I'm not even wearing it.
What the hell? Yeah, they suck.
Here's what I'm wearing.
Hanley
Check this out.
watches.
I have two
Nobody wears them.
vaccine bracelets on.
Ah,
So when I board the ship,
that's from the last. You're
This
still
is from-
wearing one from the first cruise?
I can't get it off unless I cut it. I tried my fingernail cutter and
Pull it off, you. What's wrong with
These things are made to stay on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I keep putting it in my food. These little tassels on the end of them, keep dragging across my food. So there's like sauce, and you saw it today. I had New England clam chowder on this one.
And New England clam chowder. Lobster roll, New England clam chowder, sushi, Bloody Mary, hot sake,
edamame.
edamame. Jesus Christ. I mean,
It's my fucking birthday,
It's a
dude.
lot of food. I'm just saying it's a lot of food.
$50 it cost you.
It's a lot of food.
Could have been 100.
I had a bowl of soup. $50.
You got a bowl of
get-
soup and water.
You get a with a club soda. Yeah. You order a bowl of soup. You get a hat.
I could tell he had a hangover because he said, "Sir, can I get you a cocktail?" He went, "No, no." I go, "You don't want hair of the dog?" No.
You know where I'm supposed to go tonight? Speakeasy.
Oh, great. You gonna be drinking?
I probably have to at a speakeasy, but I have to leave tomorrow morning. I have to fly to Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
When you land, are you overnighting?
I'm overnighting.
You're gonna overnight, and then the next morning, I believe, are you traveling with another entertainer?
Not that I know of.
They usually will find out, and then you share a shuttle to the ship, and it's either 90 minutes to 2 hours. And before they put the new highway in, it was 3 to 3.5 hours. And if you got behind like a banana or a logging truck, it would take forever.
I can't.
So you have at least 90 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
But
I
you'll
hope
be on
it's
your
not.
you'll be
hope
on
it's
your
not-
phone.
I hope
right?
it's not some chatty entertainer. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're like, dude, I'm you know what I mean?
Just go, "I got to take this." Do you have earbuds?
I do.
You say, "I'm learning Italian,"
I'm learning Italian.
and I'm in my.
I'm learning Italian.
I'm learning Italian. I had till midnight. Otherwise, they're going to charge me.
Okay. That's a good one. I'm learning Italian. Thank you. I'll do that one.
You're doing the free trial.
Free trial, learning
Expires
Italian.
at midnight.
Expires at midnight. Thank you. I'll try that. But yeah, I didn't know about that. Because I'm staying at the Holiday Inn Express,
That's the one.
right next to the airport. Good reviews. I looked it up because I'm like, Holiday Inn Express, little
There's
shaky.
2 restaurants right across the parking lot, and they're brand new.
Good reviews on TripAdvisor.
I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, so it's like it's a nice place.
It's not your father's Holiday Inn Express.
Similar to my Buick, is what you're saying? Got to ride in the Buick again today.
I'm digging the
thrill.
Buick. Mm-hmm. It's a chick-mobile, but he doesn't need it now.
No chicks.
No chicks.
No chick. One chick.
One chick.
There's one chick.
One chick at a time.
Just one chick.
Check, please. Check. check.
So we're going to be taking Alfred back to the ship after the pod. We're done here. I'll take him back to the port of Tampa. You'll board the Brilliance for how many more days?
I'm going to do a 5-day cruise,
Okay.
and from there I will fly to Boston. I will meet up with Bernadette Pauley, and we're going to be performing at Laugh
Mrs.
Boston.
Ducharme.
Mrs. Ducharme. We'll be performing with Vicky Cooperman and Max Cohen
I don't know them.
for Valentine's show. Yes, wonderful. And
You're not being honest. I mean, maybe they are, but you're being very...
she's my producer, too.
Okay, she's very funny.
No, it's a nice show. The 4 of us,
And they're a
comedy
couple?
couples.
They're a
yeah,
couple?
Yeah. And then the Cotters are going to be on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday afternoon, and Monday night. I don't know why. They obviously have other gigs. And then Bernadette and I will be doing the Fulcino Vineyard in Hollis, New Hampshire, on Friday the 11th.
Known for their wines. Hollis, New Hampshire.
I'll tell you something right now. I've had a couple of their wines.
Not good.
I've had the Merlot and I had the Shiraz.
Good?
Yeah, and I was like, wow. So they're either getting them from Italy and
I don't
South
think you're being
America,
honest.
and they're changing the labels.
Everybody's funny. The wines are all good. Hanley watches. I mean, I don't think you're being honest on this pod. I got to be honest here.
Well,
I gotta be
there's a lot of
honest.
BS in show
A lot of
business.
BS. Exactly. And that's with Dave Russo,
Dave Russo,
friend of the pod. He was on. Check him out. Patreon members, go through it. Dave Russo, Boston comedian.
Russo on the Road is
Russo
his
on the Road.
little thing there. And not only a very funny comedian, he's come in first place in 2 comedy competitions. And
I'm doing a corporate with him in April.
they kind of dicked him because he didn't have like representation or anything, so they stuck him on first on both of these competitions, and he won both. Who wins a comedy competition by going on first? Dave Russo.
I got to
2
follow
times.
this guy at a corporate in Orlando. He booked me with him.
He's great.
I'm going to...
He'll set you up. He's
set-
all about setting you up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Set me up, Dave. Don't fucking bury me. You know what I mean? I don't need that in my
He'll
life.
he'll do the job
Oh, he's going
and
to
set
crush.
you up.
He's going to crush.
He's a crusher, but he's generous.
All right.
All right, what else do we have to cover?
Gigs, anything? Well, you just promoted. I have nothing to really promote. I'm leaving tomorrow. This will air whenever. I'll probably be on a cruise. I'm going through the Panama Canal.
How exciting your first time. I know this isn't your first time.
It is my first
How-
time. I've never been through the Panama
Did
Canal.
I ruin it for you
Yes,
earlier?
you told me it sucks. So I would say
Here's
that's
the
ruined
thing.
it. You ruined
The
it.
story behind the Panama Canal with all these...
The locks.
the locks and the different countries going in, the French, the English, and the locals trying to
amazed
build
the
this
French
thing.
didn't
and
just
thousands
leave.
of them died from
They
malaria.
didn't desert once it got tough?
They didn't desert.
No? They stayed in there?
They
Those
were
French?
unable to complete the canal because everybody was dying. So, what's his face? The
COVID?
famous scientist eradicated
Who's he?
the famous. I'll think of the name in a
Oh, I
minute.
thought that was the famous scientist, eradicated. It sounded like, one of the great philosophers
How's
or
the
something.
hangover?
One of those famous scientists, eradicated.
He's a Greek
He was a
mythologist.
Greek, yes. Hey now.
Anyways, they eradicated the mosquito population and got rid of malaria so they could finish the construction.
That's interesting.
And then the U.S. sold it, 10 years ago?
What about
back?
Zika? Was that around?
Zika was around.
Zika?
Zika.
Because that's similar to malaria.
Yeah.
Zika.
Yeah.
Some asshole in Brazil fucked a mosquito, and now I can't go out and enjoy the sun.
Hello. Anyways,
I don't think that
the
deserved a bubble
story
bump.
and the
I thought that was a good
documentaries
joke.
behind the Panama Canal is amazing.
Yeah.
And you look forward to doing it. And then when you're on the ship, you just realize you're going 2 miles an hour for 45 minutes and you stop. And then there's this whole thing that happens where they drain it
Yeah.
or bring up the level.
I'm interested.
You don't see this.
But I'm interested, and you ruined it for me. You said it sucks. I go, I'm going through. You're like, it sucks.
It sucks.
Well, I was looking forward to it.
Well, I want you to report to me. Maybe I've lowered your expectations so much,
Yeah.
you'll actually go, it actually was interesting.
All right. Well, I was interested. Panama Canal.
I've done it a few times.
Have you? Yeah.
I've gone both ways.
Hey now. I usually just do Florida cruises. I like to stay in and out of Florida, Caribbean. So I haven't done a lot of these I haven't been to Costa Rica in the 3-hour drive. I haven't been to the Panama Canal. I'm going to Colombia. Have you been there?
I have.
Does it suck? Are you going to ruin that for me?
No, just make sure you're back on the ship before the sun sets.
Okay. Our buddy Jeff, Juggler Jeff Tavagia tells me it's a great cigar town. Great places, great cigars.
As it should be.
And cocaine. Lots of cocaine.
Cocaine
And,
lace cigars, you get those too.
I'll buy the shit out of
It's
that.
an extra $1.
I'll buy the shit out of that.
$5 cigar, $6, you get it laced with cocaine.
I'm not really a fan of cocaine, although I do like the way it smells. Hey, come on. These are...
These are vintage
I'm laying
jokes.
out gems here. I'm giving you gold, Jerry. Gold.
Was that gold, Jerry? Gold. Was that Rodney?
That was Rodney.
That was Rodney. Little
Yeah.
Rodney there.
Rodney. Yeah, classic.
I worked his club many, many years.
I remember getting
Dangerfields.
past at Dangerfields, literally said to myself, does that mean I have to come back? That place sucks. Which is gone now, but dark, dimly lit. And they go, you're past, Jack. You're calling for spots. I'm like, I don't want to come back. I'd rather not. But
Hey, Tony
yeah.
says he got word that you didn't want to come back. You know, maybe we can work this out. You want to do the easy way or the hard way? You're coming back tomorrow night. You're doing the prom show. $75 to do a prom show.
2 a.m.
And they're making $8,000 at the door.
And Ronnie's downstairs with his robe open if you want to go down and have a look. Hey now.
Can't do that these days.
Well, he could.
He could.
He could. You know the old joke, not joke, with the, I probably told it on the pod where Rodney lit up a joint at the MGM and the bartender goes, "You can't smoke pot, Rodney." And he goes, "Really? When you're a draw, you can fuck the chairman's daughter." And he went, "I guess so. Enjoy your pot."
On that note, I think we're going to wrap it up.
This was great. Grand Cathedral, I recommend it. Tampa, Florida, Ybor City. Check it out. Arturo Fuente Cigars, good coffee, full bar. What else? What else? And a food truck.
Anything else?
What do you need? No, that's it. We're good.
And happy birthday to my best podcast buddy, Al Ducharme.
Right there. Happy birthday, Al Ducharme, 74 today.
74.
Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, show.
All right. Subscribe. Mary.
Go to patreon.com/The2Dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.